This is a video documenting the inconsistencies completed within the work of the Kokoro. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I guess I've never heard it pronounced, I've only had it read. But the plumbing company that did our contracting work. Starting right next to the front door. This is our current light switch by our front door. It is not fully attached. The screws are not in. There is a large gap. Please note next to it the incompleted drywall that is actively chipping off. As we continue around the room, we see divots taken out of the wall. Those have been there since the work was completed. We can see that there is unfinished patches of mudding and drywall directly next to the sill all the way around, including large gaps at every single point and in every single corner. This occurs in all windows and all areas. Proceeding from there, we have multiple divots taken out of the corners, and although we have done our best to cover the workmanship, there are inconsistencies everywhere and divots taken out. Larger ones are underneath this piece of metal. Giant chunks missing from underneath all of these areas, all of which have been present, were reported, were not fixed, including more gaps in the ceiling and cracks along the line. For the repair work done, we have open holes left here, a large open hole in the wall here. Not sure why that's there, but it is. For our power outlets, we were told that we were going to have bumped out covers that would meet the edge of our bar top. Not only are they not bumped out, they're not fully screwed in and actively move when you try and plug anything in. Both of these two outlets pop anytime that you plug something into them. Although on our electrical plans, it lists the bun machine, the Appia Life, which is our espresso machine, and the grinder. Please note, espresso machine, coffee machine, grinder, secondary coffee machine. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, all listed here. 2, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 4, 5, and 6. The only outlets installed were there and there. The excuse is now being made that although the plan said all 4 and the details of all 4 machines, 1, 2, 3, 4, were sent to the electricians, the documentation of which I have, that there was confusion on their end and therefore they are not responsible for it. This is the water currently coming out of this machine. We are being told that it is our machine causing the water issue. No resolution is being given as to why that would be happening or what we should do to resolve the issue. We have a large hole that was dug out further during the inspection yesterday. As you can tell, because it has been chipped out underneath the tile, no communication was given as to why that was done. This plug was not supposed to be here, as we were advised to put in a floor sink by our contractor that was not actually an option due to health codes, which we did not know as business owners, but should have been known as a contractor. We have a large hole with no cover here. There is already debris and objects in this hole actively right now, so we can expect to continue to see that. We have a very poorly done cover-up work here where you can actively see the netting. None of that is covered well. None of it is sanded or completed. For the cover-ups in the ceiling. Bump outs were done repeatedly instead of work that was consistent with the depth of the ceiling. We were given a wooden door, although our contract says that a new door would be put in as like all other doors in the space. This door is roughly $70. This door, the cheapest version of it, is $300. So we understand why there would be a desire to use the wooden door, but it does go directly against our contract. In this space, you can actively see the chunking done throughout with the poor drywall work that has now been painted over in an attempt to cover it. You can also see the screws and the pitting from where too much mud was used in the space. These doors, which closed on our first walkthrough, no longer close or meet each other in any way, shape, or form. For this door, outside of the door, we also have the wall, which is cracked all the way down, pitted all the way up, so badly that it's actually tearing the paint away all the way through. Finally, we have the edging and the trim, all of which was completed by us as opposed to our contract, which says that trim will be completed by the contractors, including this bare wall, which we have painted over the drywall to the best of our ability and installed our own top. When asked about it, we were told by the contractor that leaving a bare wall with underneath this is just a piece of wood was how it's done and how it was expected to be done. But as you can see, none of this was finished, mudded, or smoothed. You can actively still see the screws because this side was not mudded at all. On the walls that were mudded, you can continuously see joints, chips, and even screws across the entire wall. The level of craftsmanship currently available in the space is below expectations and does not meet what was agreed on contractually for the level of work expected within the space.